Welcome back to the Everyday Faith Podcast from Eastside with today's faith-rooted principle. Hey there, welcome back to the Everyday Faith Podcast with today's rooted principle. Today is January 31st, and I'm Isaac Johnson, the last day of January, and I'm excited that we're through the first month of the year. We got 11 more months to go in this year, and we're excited about how the Lord's using all of these things that were taking place. Today's rooted principle is the God who created all the world wants to use his power to help your weakness. The God who created the world wants to use his power to help your weakness and my weakness. Really, the true power in the life of a child of God comes from God. He wants to use his power in our life. He wants to show us really how much we need him, and we do need the power of God on our life. Colossians 1:16 tells us, "For by him were all things created that are in heaven, that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions, principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him." We can take a look around all the things that we see, and the Bible says right there in Colossians, whether they be visible, whether they be invisible, things like air. We need air, things that are visible, from the creation of the world. We look around at trees and those different things, thrones, dominions, all of it, powers, principalities, and powers. They were all created by God. And here's the amazing fact of it. As a child of God, we have access to that power. We have access to the very power of God. In fact, the Spirit of God lives within the child of God. I love the verse, Romans 8, verse number 11. It puts this perfectly. The Bible says there in Romans 8, verse 11, "But if the Spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead dwell in you." So in essence, if you're saved and the Spirit of God lives in you, it says, "He that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his Spirit that dwelleth in you." So think about this for just a second. It says, "He that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by the Spirit that dwelleth in you." The very same Spirit of God that raised Jesus from the dead lives inside of you. Talk about powerful. That is powerful. The very God that raised Jesus from the dead lives inside of you. And think about this. He's the same one that created all the world, and he wants to help you in your weakness. Are you tapping into the power of God? I heard an illustration used one time. In fact, it was used by Dr. John Getch, and it still is it stands out in my mind. He used a power strip. And he said, he started plugging things into his power strip. You plug your phone into the power strip, and your computer, and we need a fan. Let's plug the fan into the power strip, and then you try to turn those things on. Well, why are they not working? It's not working. I got it plugged into the power strip. Well, you didn't plug the power strip into the wall. And when we fail to plug the power strip into the wall, it's not going to power anything. And the idea was that we, as believers, have to tap into the power source. We have to make sure that we're plugged in and we're using the power that is available to us. The power is available, but are we using it? What are we doing with it? And so today's rooted principle, again, the God who created all the world wants to use his power to help your weakness. Are you using the power of God like you should? God bless you. Thanks for joining us for today's Rooted Principle right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast. If today's conversation has encouraged you, be sure to share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast.